Dominique here at Talek Martial Arts. We're going to be starting Tonfa. I'm really excited. These are actually the first tool that I started using in Kobudo. I know right now I practice Mario Shishinto, but I started with the kata called Tamahiga Tonfa from my instructor through some seminars, and that's how I learned to really love the Tonfa. It spins around, and it can be a very strong strike too. It's very versatile. I really like it. Anyway, today we're going to be going over warm-up and how the Tonfa is supposed to be used, at least in what my understanding of how the Tonfa is supposed to be used. So you can think of it in a few different ways on your grip. That's kind of how I separate the ways that the Tonfa is used is through your grip. Because sometimes you're going to have a loose grip so the Tonfa can maneuver, and sometimes you're going to need a strong grip where the Tonfa is not supposed to move at all in your grip, but this way you can strike and block without the Tonfa going anywhere, which of course is very important. But we also don't want it to stay, we don't want it to have, be stuck in one position. We want to make sure that it can still move like it's supposed to. So let's start with the looser grips. We're going to go over a couple exercises. We're going to make sure that we have a soft grip. Now, of course, we're not going to have our hand completely open. We're going to have the Tonfa spinning without letting go so it doesn't go flying. And just spinning it. This is a really good exercise, and I always warm up with the Tonfa this way. Forwards and backwards. Maybe you picked up another pair of Tonfa that you're not used to, and maybe you're already familiar with Tonfa, but you picked up another pair and you're not used to it. So it's always good to warm up with a different tool that you haven't done before, even if it's another pair of Tonfa. Still important to warm up. And you guys can also do it sideways. And then some people even go to the side and then come back, but we can cover that in a bit. Seeing if you can spin it is a really important part. And if you want, you can even add a figure eight. So I'm not stopping it. It's a very practical figure eight. It's just a showy one, I guess you can call it. I'm just doing a warm up. Very good. So now let's talk about having a strong grip. So if I'm striking, maybe I'm doing an overhead strike. Maybe I hit them or they have a bow and they blocked it. I need to make sure my grip is strong on impact. So maybe when I do my strike, it's loose to the start, so it can move to the position, but then by the end, it's got to be strong, so it doesn't bounce off or be ineffective. So a couple good practices is just doing that with overhand strikes. Try to aim for the top of the head, or maybe just on the forehead or the bridge of the nose. Loose, but then tight at the end. Or even if you're having a little trouble with that, just keep your grip tight and just practice this motion going up and down with the Tonfa. Good for straightening your wrists. In the front. So right now, again, my hand is in a tight grip. I'm just using my wrist to move the Tonfa. I'm not letting it spin. And then after that, if you're finding you're trying to get it, then you can try to get a little bit more relaxed and maybe start a little farther back. And sometimes I'll even have students purposely make circles and see if they can stop it in front of their target, or make it point a specific way, or see if they can point it up to the ceiling, or point it down to the floor. But when they point it, they have to tighten their grip so they can stop it. There we go. All right, so a couple harder techniques we can move on to is we go back to the circles that we did sideways. You can do this across, side to side across your body. So you start with circle, 1, 2, and try to stop. 1, 2, back. And you can do the other side. Circle, circle, forward, circle, circle, back. And see, I have stopped it almost in a straight line. It's not crucial, but if you're practicing your tight grip, you're going to want to make sure you can work on stopping it whenever you want, whenever you feel you need to. Another part of Tonfa I just thought about right now is the Tonfa always comes back to over top of your arm, especially if we're doing like punches, for example. The Tonfa needs to be pushed against your forearm the whole time. So maybe doing some punches, we can go over in the detail later, but just do some punches even if you're not sure how, and then focus on that grip, pushing the Tonfa on your arm, or even some high blocks too. All right, back to the circle. So we would circle to the side, stop, circle back. And again, the Tonfas come back. One more is a figure eight. So this time we're just making a little bit bigger, more like strikes. And this time I'm not just letting the Tonfa rotate in my hand. I have a strong grip this time, holding it tightly and turning these into more like strikes. So my hand has a tight grip the whole time. And then you can flow a little bit with it, but even though I'm flowing a little bit more, my grip is still tight. There's actually a technique in one of the combos later with Tonfa where we do a figure eight, and then we still have to do that overhand strike. Personally, I find that whole time, my arm stays tight, my grip stays tight on the Tonfa. Thanks for watching, everyone. We talked about having a loose grip so we can maneuver the Tonfa. We also went over having a tight grip with our hand so we can strike and block. And we also did a little bit, we'll go over it more in the Hojo window, but talking about keeping the Tonfa against our arm when we need it during like punches or whenever it's in a gathered position. Anyway, thanks for watching, guys. I hope you're doing well. Bye for now.